We're good. Hello and welcome into the SUV TV. We've got Game Elite and Georgia Stars here in the 16U Championship game at the Battle for Georgia. We welcome you into our broadcast and a quick bucket from Corey Richardson of the Stars to go up 2-0. Well, guys, what are you expecting to see here?
Well, I'm just excited to see these two teams go at it. Like I said, ready to see what the Georgia Stars are working with, see how A.J. White comes out to play. A.J. White's known to put the ball in the hoop, and just a couple of other players surrounding him, seeing what they're all working with. And then same with Game Elite, seeing how Robbie Armbruster does, seeing how Imandre plays, point guard Imandre Bowles, and Garrison Powell, and just a couple other players.
Three-pointer on the way and good from Quincy Adamokoya. Well, Sly, what are you looking to see here today?
Well, one person in particular I want to see, the guy who scored the first basket to start things off, Corey Richardson. Corey Richardson out of Lower Richland High School in South Carolina. We saw Corey for the first time on SUV TV. We saw him at the CP3 Rising Stars last year. You know, big-time player. They expect a lot out of him over there at Lower Richland. I want to see how he competes, you know, in these big-time AAU games. Really good player.
Kleis with it. Kleis did a great job in the semifinal round defending Jabari Smith. The Stars knocked off the Atlanta Celtics, a very talented team sponsored by Adidas. To get here, Richardson, another lay-in. Stars up 7-0.
Yeah, quick 5 points for Richardson right there. And I see the homage by Sly, the South Carolina native, made sure to spot that out. But yeah, good gameplay right there by Richardson so far early.
Well, as we preview and talk about the Stars, they've got Richardson from South Carolina, Lynn Kidd Jr. from Kansas, and Randy Brady from Brentwood Academy in Tennessee. 3 out-of-state guys on their roster that looks like it has at least 8 or 9 future D1s.
Oh, yeah, easy.
Three-pointer no good, rebounded by Richardson. Andre Bowles got his first 3 of the game, first attempt of the game. Richardson kicks it out, Brady in the corner. Three-pointer off the side of the glass. Gets his own rebound, Richardson couldn't connect.
Good pass by Brady on that one, trying to get Richardson the basket, but as you said, no good.
Ball comes inside, laid in. By Powell.
You know, one thing I like about Powell right there. Powell went to, not Powell, I'm sorry, Kleis. Jamal Kleis, he got that layup. Kleis was on the wrong end of a highlight film, you know, earlier in the first game. But the thing about him is no quitting him. He came right back at him. Hard player, tough guy. He's coached by Coach Washington over there at Pebblebrook. And he has tough players, and that's who Kleis is. He's a tough player, no quit in him, and he comes right back at you. You know, I like that kid.
This game puts a couple of Pebblebrook players against each other, Caleb Washington and Jamal Kleis. Three-pointer on the way, no good off the front rim from Adamokoya. In transition for the Stars, a layup won't go. The ball's tipped away. Armbruster missed on the layup. Now Robbie Armbruster for Game Elite, known as one of the top rebounders in Georgia, number 8 player in his class in the state by Georgia Prep Hoops. What do you see from him? What do you expect to see here?
I heard he actually had a position change, and I've known Robbie to be, a small, power forward, flirting with the center position a bit. But now they try to put him on the wing, try to put the ball in his hands a lot more. And with Robbie's style of play, he's very aggressive, likes to attack the basket, very strong. He usually gets to the basket. It's just a matter of, can he finish? Is he under control, under pace? And that's usually what's going to be the difference maker in his production.
He's one of those kids I like to call bully ball players. You know, he's a tough guy, plays up underneath the rim, pushes people around, and gets those. And he plays, he's 6'5", maybe 6'4", you know, something around that. Ooh, good shot on the outside by Corey. One more time, man. I tell you, I like it. That Columbia connection, man. I tell you, my boys from Columbia, South Carolina, man. Hey, they can play. But Armbruster, you know, he plays that bully ball underneath the basket. And one thing I like about him, like you said, he's 6'4", 6'5", but he plays like he's like 6'9", 6'10". Every time he gets a rebound, he's looking to go back up with bad intentions. And I like that. I like that in a player.
Very good point there. As you said, Corey Richardson knocked down another 3 as we take a little break here. Stars up 12 too early, so let's see if Game Elite can come up with something out of this timeout and get something going.
for the Stars against the Celtics. They were down 11 at halftime. This is one of the biggest stories of the day. Down 11 at the half, then they open up the second half on a 20-3 run to win the game by 2.
Wow.
Now they're on a 12-2 run to begin the championship.
Let's see how if they can capitalize and finish this.
They're staying hot. It was a very slow start in the semis, but quite the opposite here. The drive, a 15-foot shot falls for Amandre Bowles.
Good pull-up. We got to see a couple action of Imandre last year, and I saw what he can bring to the table. And he's a very good player. He knows how to get to his spot, good facilitator, very aggressive as well at the guard position. And one of the more underrated players as well, too, but Imandre is a very good player.
Richardson drives, loses possession. Now Brooks down the floor, muscles it up, gets his own rebound, puts it back up. The ball bounces around, and Brady finally pulls it down for the Stars.
Yeah, no basket there. Had a couple of orange jerseys around the rim, but no one can get it to fall.
Twice over to Adamakoya. Now Richardson, who has a Clemson offer. Passes it out. Adamakoya pulls up and hits it.
See, that's big for Quincy right there. Quincy, he goes to Decula High School. And Decula, you know, they lost their 2 big-time players. Can't think his name, but one of them went to college at Charleston.
Brendan Tucker.
Yeah, Brendan Tucker went to college at Charleston. And now they're going to expect big things out of Quincy this year in Decula.
Clias has his shot blocked. Richardson has it blocked.
Raheem Hudson down low getting physical.
White drives. 12-foot shot falls.
A.J. White, that's his A.J. White, a.k.a. scoring machine. If you need a basket, just give him the ball.
He eclipsed the 1,000-point mark in his career in his sophomore season.
Crazy.
Named by Kyle Sandy the top scorer in 6A. Plays for Chattahoochee. Was the player of the year in Region 7 of 6A last year. Incredible, especially for a sophomore.
Exactly. Still with 2 more years of development, 2 more years to add to his arsenal. And as we see there, a nice pull-up jumper by Corey Richardson. Corey getting hot and getting started early for the Stars team.
I'm telling you, 9 points quick.
Richardson didn't have too much of an impact on the semifinal game, but he has come out and played very well. Dunk missed. Shot goes back up. Rebounded again by Brady. That was Jaheim Hudson. Tried to get that nice dunk there.
And I think that's the thing about this Game Elite team. All of them, their bigs are all shaped the same. They have that big, wide body. Oh,
Brooks
nice block.
has it blocked. Adamakoya racing down the floor. Tosses it outside. Kleiss, 3-point shot, won't fall.
All right, Tucker bringing it up. Now, Tucker's another kid who's been emerging onto the scene here this summer as well, out of Cherokee County. Goes to Cherokee High School. He's a high-energy kid, come up with some big blocks, big rebounds, a dunk here and there to get the energy going. So excited to see what he can bring to the table and see how he moves. And checking in now for the Game Elite is number 13, George Pritchett. That's a kid I'd keep my eye on. George, he did pretty good at the team camp last week or a couple weeks ago. Was one of the top 100 players invited as well, and he's just a very tough, physical, downhill player. Can shoot the 3, shoot the mid-range, and just a very tough player. And we'll see him get into action right here, being guarded by Dylan Hunter.
For Pritchett, he goes to Roswell. He's expected to be the #1 scoring option for his high school team in his upcoming year.
Now that's a good back-to-the-basket move right there, Marion Smith. Good
Great
post move.
Yes, sir. That's another. I know it's a broken record, but that's another player too. Amarion.
Amarion with a nice block.
That's exactly what he does. He's pure energy. He gets in your face. One of those, claps it up on defense, and here he is right here.
Now he has his shot blocked. Adamakoya returns the favor.
Nice pass.
Oh, take one for the team.
Charge taken, shot waved off. Laren Thomas will be charged with a foul.
Brock Bidwell stepping up, taking one for the team, sacrificing his body. Brock Bidwell. He sounds like it. He could either be a superhero or a Marvel superhero, his alter ego or something. Brock Bidwell.
Bidwell is known for his energy and scoring. Kicks the ball down the floor. Bowles around a pick, step back. Long 2-point shot with a long rebound to Thomas.
That might have been a backcourt there he got away with.
Brady through the legs, kicks it out. Otto Makoya, open three, short. Thomas passes it off. 7:40 to go in the first half. Thomas around a pick, hesitation move, drives in off the back of the rim, and it clanks away. Bowles over to Bidwell. Now a drive, ball's kicked inside to Omarion Smith. A foul called.
Yep, they're going to call charge on that one right there, player control. Elijah Tucker, you know, a little bit out of control going to the basket. And, you know, that's right there is the old jump stop and put it off the backboard. You know, whatever happened to that one right there? You jump stop right there, boom, hit it off the backboard. You got 2 points and you're going the other way. You know, some things are a lost art.
Good defense by Brock on AJ right there as he swings it over to Thomas.
Drive and kick, White for three, no good. Hit 3 consecutive threes to begin the second half in the semifinal game. Has yet to connect here.
And even though he is a scoring machine, 1,000 points in 2 years, that's one thing I have noticed with AJ White. Not that he's a streaky three-point shooter, but if it's up to him, he wants that mid-range floater, corner jump shot. He doesn't want to really take threes, it seems like. That's the kind of feel I get for him. I could be wrong, but I've noticed that a bit with AJ. It's either he's on and he's going to commit to it, or he's not really worried about the three ball.
Bidwell for three. No good. 6:35 to go. Thomas dishes it off. And Bidwell with the rebound. It's Pickett who couldn't finish. Passes tipped and intercepted. Dylan Hunter lays it in and one.
You know what I love about that? He led with his arm. He left his arm, and he left his arm out there, and he used his body to kind of shield off the defender coming behind him. And that way he picked up the foul, and he got the layup. Look at him extend. Look at him extend with his arm. Extend with his arm and keep his body between the defender and the ball right there. That's a heady play. That's a smart play in the open court, you know?
Yes, sir. That's exactly right. Smart play, high IQ play. Some Team USA stuff he brought back and dropping it off here at Lake Point.
And, you know, it's interesting because that's going to be his show over there at Westlake next year. Big Brother's gone. So it's going to be his show to run over there at Westlake.
Yes, sir. High expectations from him, and I'm sure he's ready for that.
Omarion Smith finishes, and he will head to the charity stripe.
Omarion's cold on the inside. His heart was an ice box. Come on, wait. Nobody.
I got you. I got you.
There you go. Come on, man. You put in a B2K reference or something, man. See that? You know, I'm the oldest guy in the booth, man. I'm not supposed to do that reference.
Smith looking for the three-point play. It won't go. Game Elite trailing by 11.
Sorry, the second oldest. Lisa's a little bit older than me. Corey Richardson, impressive game.
Corey Richardson must have knew you were watching him, Sly.
I'm telling you.
Harris tosses it into Washington. Now down low to Smith, and he is fouled.
Max Harris.
Smith is hacked on the play. Now heading to the free throw line for the second consecutive time. Now for Game Elite to get here in the bracket, it was very tough. They had to get through the Hypox, the team led by Matthew Cleveland.
Ooh.
They beat them 61-56, obviously, to get to the championship game. It's a big-time game. Their forwards were the difference in the second half.
You know, I called that game, and Matthew Cleveland had a dunk that was so hard and so embarrassing. Oh, my goodness. He made me feel bad. He just went out there and like he had Inspector Gadget arms and just reached out there and dunked over everybody.
Cleveland, I'm telling you, he's coming for that #1 spot, 2021. I'm putting it out there. He's coming for that spot hard.
He's got quite some competition. Chance Moore, Jabari Smith. Three-pointer off the rim. Off from Pridgett. Shot from Harris, no good. Rebound coming the other way with Thomas.
Had a man open in the corner.
White is fouled.
He had Hunter open on that wing. Hunter was running on that wing wide open in the corner. So you look at him running. Right now, when the defender commits over here, you got to kick it out to the outside. Hunter's standing right there waving, doing jumping jacks on the other side of the court. And see, that's the good thing about a point guard. A point guard, and you're running that break, you make that defender commit to you. When he commits, you got to give it up.
And for Hunter, too, rated a 5-star prospect. He's one definitely worthy of the ball. A three-pointer off the side of the backboard from Pickett, but laid in by Corey Richardson.
Bodied Robbie on that one as well.
Richardson putting on a show. Harris around a pick. Drives inside, lays it up with the right hand. Offensively rebounded and put in by Jaheim Hudson.
Big body down there working on the block, man.
Thomas drives, goes in hard, blocked away by Hudson. Ball sent over to the near side. Harris, left wing three, off the front of the rim. Richardson throws it off of Hudson. Now the ball comes the other way. Thomas charges in, no look pass. White with the finish. How about that?
Oop right there. A.J. White putting a little flair on that one.
Teamwork makes the dream work right there, man. Gotta love it.
Beautiful play. Inside, Armbruster puts it in through contact.
What I told you, he plays that bully ball down low, man.
It's Robbie for you right there. If you don't have as much heart as him, you can just go ahead and give him the 2 points.
Yep.
Heart is nice, but you need to have a little bit of weight on your backside
That too.
You want to get down there and compete with Armbruster. You need to spend a little bit of time in the weight room. Look at the alley hoop to the little man.
A little no look.
That's Thomas to White. Look at that. Beautiful. Well, 27-14, 3:29 to go in the first half of play. What have the Stars done so well to be up 13?
Well, they just set the tone early pretty much. They came out hot. Corey Richardson was able to get the basket to fall early. He was able to see it fall, and he's been capitalizing on that ever since. Adam Okoye came up with some big plays and was able to contribute to this lead as well. And they've just been able to pretty much run away with it. You know, they're really comfortable. Their shots are falling, and they just set the tone from the jump.
Corey Richardson, right now, has been the player of the game. Sly, what have you really liked from him?
I like the way he attacks the basket. Everything's going to the basket, and it's going to the basket hard. You know, he usually runs point, and he's run point to start the game off when Dylan Hunter wasn't in the game. And, you know, he just got his offense going.
Long two-point shot, no good, from Clias. Now the ball comes into Hudson, working hard and putting it in. Draws it within 11.
You actually got to see Hudson and Summer Explosion with Riverwood a bit, and you can see this kid plays hard, and he's continuing it today.
Well, Robbie Armbruster brings the ball down the floor in the shorts today. Puts it up and in with the right hand. I just picked up on the fact that his shorts are half the length of everyone else's.
He keeps rolling up the shorts, man. Must have spent some time in the weight room. Might be proud of his legs or something. I don't know.
2:35 to go in the first half of play.
I think he keeps rolling them up the more and more the game.
Yeah, that's been his trademark now for some time. He loves those high-rolled shorts.
You have to make the broadcast X-rated. Like Daisy Duke.
Hunter kicks it out to Brady. Long two-pointers, good. Brady hits on the mid-range.
Randy Brady.
Before he went to Brentwood Academy, he played at Baylor High School, played against Darius Garland, point guard, who went to Brentwood Academy. Then after his freshman year, after he played against Garland, he transferred over to Brentwood.
Nice, nice.
Right when Garland graduated. Armbruster fouled when he went up.
You know, my favorite thing about these high school players, referee blew the whistle with foul. Everybody in the gym heard the smack on the arm, and all the players look up like, who, me? Could have been me. Everybody heard the slap.
That was Brady who got rung up with the foul.
Robbie misses the first one.
Robbie did win the 2A high school state title with Farrell last season. We've seen several Farrell players throughout the bracket in this tournament, 16, 17U especially. He's definitely one of the key ones.
Yeah, we'll get to see coming up in that 17U, we'll get to see Fredericks, Rashawn Fredericks, and Roman's son. We'll get to see those guys coming up next, man.
I got to call their semifinal. Those two and the East Coweta duo, Stroud and Youngblood. They've had 57 of the team's 76 points.
You go and check the SUV TV archives. We had one of the great games. East Coweta took on Thero. Came down to a last-second buzzer-beater shot, man. You check the archives. That was a great game.
Armbruster kicks it out. Now Hudson inside. Looked to jam it home. The shot wouldn't go. Now White crosses on the near side. Finds a man inside.
Oh, that's a walk.
Travel call.
And he's looking around like I didn't track him.
Let's take a look at this replay here.
Travel on Clias.
How many steps do you think you get to take?
Oh, look what you've done, James Harden.
Foul called. Armbruster will head to the line. One thing I talked about with one of the commentators I worked with, Coach Cabral Huff, was the Golden State Warriors effect with Steph Curry and guys pulling up from three in transition, and also the step backs and the travels that we've seen from James Harden.
You see a lot of kids do step backs, and they don't even need to do a step back. They just want to add it to the game or just do it just because. And it's just like you said, a lot of that stuff is carrying over now to the youth. You know, everyone wants to be a three-point shooter. Everyone wants to just come down court, fast break, and pull up the three ball. And it's like, you must have forgot all the work put in behind it.
Armbruster missed on the second free throw. 29-20. Stars lead. Brady long on the three. Amandre Bowles charges away down the floor. Hudson in the post, spins, puts it in. Nice touch with the left hand.
When Hudson's that low, man, he's too hard to stop. When he's that low, there's no stopping Hudson, man. He's just a powerful, big-body kid.
Game Elite clawing their way back in now, only a 7-point game.
Dylan Hunter charges in, fouled. Shot was blocked by Armbruster, but there was a foul on the play first.
Like we talked about earlier with Dylan Hunter, he's 5-star freshman, highly rated, the only Georgia player on that class of 2022 national list. And I'd just like to see more from him scoring-wise, being more aggressive. He's very good at the little things, the IQ, setting his teammates up. He knows how to run the lanes and feed his players. But I like to see him get more aggressive in scoring. He has really nice size to him. You know, he has a good understanding for the game. So I'd just like to see him get some more shots up and just be more confident in himself.
For Hunter, Sly mentioned he's Chase Hunter's little brother, has an offer from Clemson where his brother plays. Also offers from the University of Georgia and Florida State, just to name a few. Charge called.
And that list will grow and grow in this next year.
No doubt. For Hunter, he played in a 15U game. I think it was a semifinal. His team lost. And he goes up the next game playing back-to-back with the Stars, knocking off the Atlanta Celtics. Now he's here in the championship game playing 16U.
Must be nice when you're that young but that talented, and you're able to play with those age groups. You're able to qualify and play with the 15U, 16U. It just shows, speaks volume on your game.
Wyatt hit that last shot for the Stars to put them up 11 heading into the half. Let's go through a breakdown. Your thoughts here on the first half. We'll start with Sly.
Well, I've been impressed by what I've seen from the Georgia Stars. The Georgia Stars, they're beating Georgia Elite with guard play. With guard play, they're just going. Their guards are being more aggressive than Georgia Elite's guards. They're getting to the basket and they're scoring the easy points that Georgia Elite just can't. They're not keeping up with guard play.
Yeah, that was a good point. When you say it like that, that's really what it is. Game Elite has the advantage in the low block with Robbie and Jaheim Hudson banging out down low, but it just seems for the Stars, it's been Corey Richardson, A.J. White giving it to him a little bit now and then, Adam Okoye early in that first half, and Dylan Hunter coming in off the bench and picking up the steal here and just providing that spark off the bench for the Stars, and that's the biggest takeaway I've gotten so far.
Well, with that, we've got about 2 minutes left in the halftime period. We'll take a momentary pause and we'll rejoin you. Thank you all for tuning in on the SUV TV.
Stolen in the lane by Tracy. Here's Williamson, makes his way around one tight. Now hustling in toward the lane and throws it down. That's what the crowd had been waiting on. A fantastic dunk coming in by Williamson. Elevated from almost the free throw line and finished strong. 7-point lead for Spartanburg Day, their biggest of the night. Three-pointer no good. Crawford in the lane finishes and one. A huge basket for Trinity Burns to get a little momentum and energy back on their side after it seemed like the entire gym was up for Spartanburg Day and Zion Williamson.
Every time we open our doors, we change just a little bit. Every blade of grass, every rose petal, every pen location. But the one thing that doesn't change is our commitment to an exceptional golfing experience. Being prepared to give it our all 364 days a year is not just a credo. It's our soul.
Hello and welcome back into the SUV TV. We've got 16 minutes on the clock. We are set to begin the second half. Georgia Stars up 11, 33-22 on Game Elite. We are set to begin. It's set into motion. And now Garrison Brooks with the ball. Hudson swings it in. Armbruster puts it in, gets a roll and one.
And you see how he attacks the basket. Like I say, man, he just plays with bad intentions around that basket. He gets it and goes straight up, right back at the basket, man. Tough guy, man, tough guy.
Well, the words that you both said going into halftime, I think, just ring so true. And you see it with that play, Hudson to Armbruster. It's the guard play that has been there for the Georgia Stars, has not been there for Game Elite. It's been all about those forwards, those big guys. Richardson outside, Adam Okoye, long on the three. Ball comes over on the left side, lay in from Bowles.
Nice take by Bowles. Way to get there and use that rim as a protector.
Kleiss misses on the J.
And that's Kleiss actually has a really nice mid-range game to him and a nice stroke. So to see him, not having a really good hot shooting day.
And, I think the best advice just came. I think it might have been his mom or somebody, his relative or something in the stand said, relax, Jamal. And I think that's what he needs to do. He needs to just calm down and relax.
I believe it was that one of the tournaments, I think it was the EC16 where
Lay-in from Hudson.
Yeah, Harper had went out to do the foul, and Jamal just really turned it up in the mid-range.
No, that was Holiday Hoops Given,
Holiday
I think.
Hoops Given? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he had a big game last year for Pebblebrook. Harper got hurt.
Right.
Harper hit his head.
Okay.
Harper hit his head on the ground, and Kleiss had a big game. Big game that night.
Three-pointer miss from Brady. Adamakoya spots up, and he knocks it down. Stars have a 6-point lead. Drive inside, layup long. Armbruster looked to finish it, but he couldn't complete the jam. White crosses over, passes it outside.
Now, right now, I would have gave it back to White because they had that whole lane cleared out. They had a real wide space in that man-to-man defense. And I think White is quick enough where if he wants to get to the hole, he can get to the hole. I think White gave it up just a little bit too early on that one because that if you at the beginning of the play, that lane was clear. The whole thing was just wide open, and White passed it up. Sometimes you want to be a little greedy. Sometimes you want to go and take that thing on your own.
And that first free throw was good right there for Richardson.
Richardson couldn't hit the second. 13:45 to go in the 16U championship game here at Lake Point in Cartersville, Georgia. Layup goes for Brooks. White saunters down the floor. The ball's tipped away. Powell in transition, floats it up off the glass and in.
Look at that, 4 points, 2 shots in a row right there by Garrison Powell, trying to turn things up a little bit.
Yeah, it was just 11 points at half. Now it's cut down to 3. So there it is. Garrison Powell, that guard, stepped up, and now we got ourselves a game going on.
Richardson lays it in.
Look at that strong take by Richardson, man. You saw how he cuffed it and just went to the basket strong, using his body to shield off the defender.
Armbruster goes up strong, and a blocking foul called. Let's take a look at the replay.
Robbie again, like you said, that position change has him at the top with the ball in his hands a lot more.
Yeah, that's a good call by the ref.
Robbie coming downhill is not something you want to get in front of.
Yeah, Kleiss looked like trying to get set for a pick and then kind of turned out of the way when he realized the freight train was going to hit him.
And now, here's my thing with Armbruster. Armbruster does so much damage around the basket, he has to become a better free throw shooter. In the game that we covered, I covered our last game, the semifinal game, he had a real bad performance from the free throw line. He has to become a better free throw shooter.
Missed that one. 39-34, that's a step that I've seen with a couple of the bigs here at this Battle for Georgia tournament. They're getting free throw opportunities, just not converting the way that they should. Richardson off the window and in. They've had no answer for him.
No answer.
That was, I believe he's left-handed too, so that was a strong take to the right side with a right-hand finish.
Bowles kicks it to Armbruster in the corner with the yellow shoes. He puts it up, misses, gets his own board, and finishes.
He's a bully, man. He is a bully down low.
It's a 5-point game. Stars ahead. Richardson spins in the lane, and he's fouled on the shot.
Somebody up top said just box him out. That's a lot easier said than done.
Looks good from afar, but when you're out there having to do that, like I said, Robbie's a bull, and a lot of coaches like him. A lot of players respect him. He's made a name for himself here in Georgia.
Richardson having his best game of the tournament and really kind of taking over the championship game here, leading all scorers. At the stripe, his team up 5. Richardson launches it short off the front rim. In the lane, Harris puts it up and finishes.
Nice strong take by
Maxwell. Nice layup. He was fortunate.
Kleiss steps into a 3. He's
that
fouled.
layup. Come on, man. I said Maxwell. He was fortunate. Come on, man.
That one I didn't catch.
Come on.
You had to run that one back.
Man, I'm giving y'all jewels over here. I am. Yeah, I'm putting on a broadcasting class for you guys.
Absolute clinic.
My goodness.
Guy Chol, 6'11" from Green Forest Christian. He's called for the foul on the three-pointer. Now Kleiss shooting a pair and connecting on the second. It's back up to a 5-point lead.
Green Forest. As a matter of fact, I talked to, I hate to say this, but Justin Forrest's dad. I can't think his name. Guy's a freaking all-time Georgia Tech player. And I can only say his son's name. I feel so embarrassed. I talked to him before the game. The coach for Team Forest, coach for Team Forest AAU. I feel so embarrassed. Now his son has just made all Southern Conference at Appalachian State, Justin Forrest.
Three-pointer made by LaRon Thomas.
And I can't think his name. One of Georgia Tech's best players ever. And I can't think his doggone name.
Armbruster spinning in the lane. A nice move and a wonderful finish.
He's putting on a clinic down there on the block, man.
You're putting on a clinic on how to broadcast, and he's putting on a clinic on how to finish on the block.
Oh, get that block out of here. James Forrest. Armbruster throws that away, but James Forrest. I'm sitting up here. I keep calling him Justin Forrest's dad. I'm like, hey, this man has stats, and I can't remember.
Well, Armbruster, as you're going to see on this replay here, leaps up. Wonderful block out of bounds. Hunter floats it up and in. Wonderful touch.
That's what I'm trying to see. That's what I want to see from Dylan Hunter. I just attack the basket. Let me see how you attack.
Nice move in the lane. Shot in and out from Brooks. But eventually a finish for Elite to bring it within 7. Adamakoya crashes in hard, has his shot affected.
Guy Chol here off the bench getting some pretty big production right here quickly.
I'm really surprised we haven't seen more of him, to be honest.
Looks like he might be maybe adapting, still learning, but
Kleiss puts it in with the right hand.
he's been running the floor well. He picked up some couple of blocks, just scored on that last 2. Got pushed around a bit down there, but that's exactly you said. That's right there. He's still learning. He's still probably fresh. Could have sworn he was on Game Elite Big 5 just not too long ago. So the call up right there alone shows.
And look at him. What I like, he wanted the ball. He went down and he went to his spot, and he was asking for the ball down there. And you got to reward. He picked up the foul. They gave him the foul. But look at him. He goes down to his spot, and he wants the ball. You got a big man who runs. Give him the ball. Give it to him right there. Look how low he is. Me being a former power forward myself, I like to see when the big man gets rewarded on the block.
Most definitely. I think he's only an not an incoming, but a class of 22, so a rising sophomore. So he has plenty of time to develop and work on his game and build in the areas he needs to.
Three-pointer from Bidwell straight away. It won't fall. Brady tips it. Brooks fighting for it. And it will be Stars ball. Sorry, it was Hunter fighting for it down there, and they will inbound it to Hunter. Hunter dashing down the floor. 9.5 minutes left in the 16U championship game. Foul and one on the mid-range jumper from Jamal Kleiss.
There it is. So once he can get that going, that's his shot, that's his touch.
Take a look at the replay here.
Look at that. Lost start, man. Lost start. The
Good
mid-range.
separation, mid-range J, good.
Got to get the free throws, though.
I couldn't complete the and one play. Pridgett passes it down low, intended for Armbruster, out of bounds, turnover, Stars ball. Stars are up 11 here. They were up 5 for a good chunk of the second half, but now they might be beginning to pull away a little bit. Hunter tried a behind the back pass to Kleiss. Now the ball moving in transition. Bidwell drives, he's fouled before the shot. Will be on the floor.
Put a little bit too much mustard on that hot dog right there. Like I said, I don't know, you know, who do you put that on? Do you put that on Hunter for being too fancy or for Kleiss not being ready? You know, if I'm a coach, I make both of them run gases. Make both of them run.
Brock Bidwell hits his first free throw. Known for being an electric scorer and having good vision on the floor.
West Forsyth, is that where Brock plays?
Correct, yes. He's out of 5'10" out of West Forsyth High School.
5'10".
5'10" is what he's listed at.
I love those listings.
I know, I've been looking at the roster. I've seen several ones that maybe were a little questionable.
AJ White at 5'9". Brock at 5'10".
Omarion Smith at 6'7".
Yeah.
That one got a couple people earlier today. Brooks to Bidwell. Bidwell on the catch. Foul called. Now, one note that we haven't mentioned thus far. There is a 30-second shot clock in this game. It's not in GHSA play, but it is here at the Battle for Georgia. We've seen it at the team camp, the top 100 camp. What do you think? Your opinion on the shot clock in high school?
Oh, you know, I want the shot clock. I've been asking for the shot clock for the past couple of years.
Me too.
You know, if you want these kids to be prepared for college, you might as well let them play the shot clock. And then I hate seeing someone hold the ball for the last 5 minutes of the game. You know, that spread four corner stuff. I want to see people play. The object of the game is to put the ball in the hole.
And that's what Hudson just did.
And like you said, not even necessary. I mean, of course, for the sake of the game and things like that, but just for the sake of development for these players, getting them ready for the next level, making sure they're ready, just on their own terms. You know, helping the guards get better at keeping their heads up, controlling the offense, and just helping with player awareness.
Deep three
in general.
from Bidwell. My apologies. Continue.
That was pretty much it. And you said deep three for Bidwell, so to see if these guards can get some stuff going for Game Elite.
Ball's tipped away. Hudson to Armbruster. Back to Hudson. And the flush. Jaheim Hudson with authority.
But you know what I love about that? Armbruster got it, and instead of being too greedy, he gave it up. He gave it right back. And Hudson, that's one of those things I tell people: give it up early so you can get it back quick. He gave it up early. Hudson could have kept that ball. Look when he catches it. Look, he gives that ball up right around half court, probably. Boom, gives it up, and then boom, gets it right back. Understand? You give it up early, you'll get it back. Boom, 3-point play.
Free throw good. Now look at that scoreboard. It's a 1-point game. Thanks to Armbruster and Hudson. Nice play there. 53-52. Stars only with a 1-point lead that just 2 minutes ago was 11.
And just that little touch of aggression by Bidwell, you know, helped Game Elite get a run going.
And look at AJ.
AJ White bringing that lead up to 3.
But I want you to notice they just brought Richardson back into the game. Richardson hadn't been playing when Game Elite made that comeback. Now let's see them back in the game. Let's see if they expand the lead.
Hudson
Nice
spins in
move.
the post, lays it
That's
in.
too much. That's just too much.
Like I said, it's a combination of size, it's a combination of heart, it's a combination of strength, everything. It's too much.
See, right now, if you're game elite, every possession, Hudson or Armbruster has to touch the ball on the block.
Most definitely.
You know,
Exactly.
for the rest of the game on out, they have to touch the ball on the block every possession.
How many do they have combined?
Bring out my 15 for Hudson, 11 for Armbruster.
Wow,
That's half their
26. The Stars lead by 1. Bidwell has his pass deflected. A.J. White corrals it.
Oh, you got to get that one up. Oh, never mind.
Shot goes.
Never mind.
Lay in for Adamakoya.
I like Adamakoya's size, especially at that guard position. He looks really good. He's been having a solid game, very effective, very quiet. But he's definitely been an instrument in this lead here for the Stars and has done a good job today.
Is 6'6", forces mismatches all the time. Bidwell is off, and Adamakoya pulls down the board. White, deep three. Off.
You didn't need that right there.
At all.
They didn't need that at all.
So I'm saying something about A.J. White and threes is just, with me personally, it's something that's, I don't know, it's like he doesn't want to shoot threes, but he will if needed.
Ooh.
And Garrison Powell ties it up right there.
Big time three. 5:25 to go in the first half. Now that three, as you said, 57 all. What have you liked from Game Elite for them to come back here in the second half? Is it just Hudson and Armbruster?
I would say that's the foundation,
And
but
bad shots.
I really think a little bit of aggression from Bidwell,
Hudson lays it in.
kind of getting going, and that slide just touched on it. A lot of bad shots from the Stars. Stars are just starting to throw things up now. You know, they just want to get back on top. They're not really playing team ball as they were.
And now, right now, if you're Richardson, right now you want to get them to make sure they clear the two big guys out the lane. Well, that's not what I was looking for. I wanted to make sure the two big guys get out the lane. Oh, look at the defense.
Now there's Richardson blocked away.
Jaheim Hudson.
Wow.
Put a stamp on the ball.
SUV TV replay. Let's check it out. Bidwell has it tipped away. There's Richardson, active defensively. Boom, Hudson off the window.
Now, I could see it in his demeanor and his face a little bit, but just to be a bit of a buzzkill, they actually called Jaheim Hudson Turtle.
Turtle.
That's his nickname, believe it or not.
Nothing slow about that kid.
That's why I was like, it has to be with the way he looks or it's just his demeanor, because there's nothing slow about this kid's game at all.
Shot made by Corey Richardson.
So if
The
you hear
Stars
that,
tied up.
if you hear that in the crowd, just know they're referring to Hudson. If you hear they're yelling out Turtle and things like that.
Oh, I'm glad you told us. I never would have guessed. Anybody on the floor, I would not think he would be the one called Turtle.
But you see what the Stars did there. Things are getting serious, so they're bringing big man Frank Anselim in the game to alleviate some of that pressure with the.
I hadn't seen Frank all game.
I was going to say, he hasn't
Hudson
been
and,
in.
Armbruster, so they're bringing in some of the big dogs now to compete. We have ourselves a ball game now.
Wow, Anselim and Hudson. Look at that matchup down low. Floater won't fall, rebounded by Wyatt. Wyatt dashing down the floor, tosses it off to Richardson. He tries to flip it up. It's rebounded by Hudson. And now here comes Bidwell. Armbruster working near the free throw line. Bidwell thought about a three.
Good take.
Now Hudson down low, blocked by Anselim.
Ooh, I thought he got all hand. I thought he got all ball.
I remember I was first introduced to Frank back at the exclusive run, and I've always liked this game. I always felt like he was one of those bigs who can run the floor. You know, don't look to him to give you the 20 and 10 type of night, but look for a 10-10 and maybe like 3 blocks or so. Kind of like an athletic, more coordinated JaVale McGee in a way.
Sly, is that a foul?
JaVale McGee. I didn't see the foul. I did not see the foul on that one.
Well, for Anselm, a 4-star, top 10 big in the country. Number 8 center in the USA.
And I believe he's 2021 or 2020. I think he's 2021.
I think he's 21.
21, yep.
And that's one of those things
Yes.
he's able to, get the benefits from, along with Dylan Hunter, one of those kids that he's good enough that they have him on the 17U permanently. But hey, you see some big boys down there giving them problems, just go ahead and call them up.
Anselm played a good bit in the semifinal game against the Celtics, matched up with a multitude of different players, but mainly Jabari Smith. So that was a really cool one to watch. So now he's got another test here, working on Hudson. The ball goes out of bounds. It will stay here. Elite ball. They lead by 2.
And you know, this is something I noticed about the Game Elite squad. The last game we had, Game Elite was It's about the silence. Somebody's going to get a text sometime. As a matter of fact, the coach got thrown out the first game.
Hudson spins, shot off. Smith couldn't get it to go. Hudson, another offensive rebound. 3rd chance on this possession. Really the 4th if you count that inbounds play.
Ooh.
Shot
there.
made.
And there's Pritchett. He needed that. Now let's see if he gets going a bit. I believe that was his first basket of the day. So
He's been quiet.
Right now, when Hudson playing the game like he's playing, he's a shooter's best friend. You know, because you notice everybody sunk down to Hudson, and Pritchett was wide open to shoot that shot.
Shot goes from A.J. White.
only thing I question with AJ White is that 3 ball. Anything else, you will not hear me say a word.
Bidwell drills a 3.
Bidwell has been the X factor for me. That's been the X factor most definitely.
When he got going, his team got going.
Yeah, Bidwell, he was that guard that stepped it up.
It might be that simple that when he starts hitting threes, their team went ahead because they were able to match that guard play that the Stars have.
Now they were able to, they spread the floor back out. You don't have to focus so much on Hudson and arm wrestling. Now you have to keep eyes on everyone out there because now they're waking up.
2:22 to go in the half. All of a sudden, Elite, who's down 11 with under 10 minutes to go, is now up 6. Both teams in the bonus. And the Stars.
And I like the size the Stars put on the floor. Dylan Hunter, Adam Okoye, Anselm. You got Corey Richardson on the wing.
Brady's got some height too.
Then you have, Brady in the other wing. So, you got about 6'5" and up in the lineup right now. Let's see how Bidwell and Pritchett and Bowles could maneuver that.
Now, one interesting thing is they don't have A.J. White in the game. Could we expect to see him again?
Most definitely. Most definitely. I think so. I think so. I think right now they're just trying to get some size in there to throw them off a bit. And he has to. He's an automatic bucket.
First free throw good for Hunter. One player we haven't seen for the Georgia Stars, number 21, Chance Moore.
Yep.
Bidwell in the corner.
Looking forward to that Chance Moore and Garrison Powell matchup. See the two teammates go at it.
Hudson off the window. It gets a lot tougher when you're playing against Frank Anselm. He's got a 7'5" wingspan. That's ridiculous.
A lot.
Oh, good block.
Shot blocked away by Smith. Hudson helps out. Now Pritchett drives, kicks it off. Omarion Smith couldn't connect. Hudson the offensive board. Pritchett step back 3. Short off the rim. Anselm the board.
Ooh.
Game Elite ball.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm putting the arm wrestler back in if I'm Elite. He's taking Hudson now. I'm keeping them both in.
He's been either their best or second best player throughout the entire game.
Right. Minute 25. He'll probably get a quick breather, go back in shortly. But let's see Bowles now bringing the ball up. Good
Pritchett
save.
drives, left-handed layup will go. 7-point lead for Game Elite. Kleiss drives in, kicks it outside. Shot from Brady, up off the rim, it won't go. 55 seconds left and Elite with a more than 2 possession lead.
Oh, The tide has turned.
The ball squirts around. Armbruster diving for it, and a timeout called.
And that's Bidwell again, getting on the floor, making the extra hustle, just that extra play.
Not a timeout, my apologies. Out of bounds.
45 seconds left, 7-point game.
Now Brooks comes back in, Bidwell out. 45 seconds left. Now the shot clock does come in handy. Game Elite, should they get the ball, can't run it out. Everybody gets a possession. Adamakoya bricks a three. Brady,
Defense.
short on the mid-range J. 30 seconds left, a foul called. Now we might get into some free throws here.
Uh-oh. Marion will go to the line because he just got bump.
You're crazy.
Come on. Come on.
Come on. That's number 3.
Come on. Come on. He just got bump.
We'll give it to you.
And let's see if he shows off the touch.
Oh, you stole it. I was coming. That was what I was coming with next. I was coming with that next. You stole it from me.
He did. Looks like he trying to put this one away now on the second one.
No, you lying thief.
Y'all are too good. Game Elite is in the double bonus, by the way. They will get 2 automatic free throws every time.
Now, what a quick turnaround here for Game Elite. They trailed coming into the second half. They were able to muster up some strength, find their strengths in Armbruster and Hudson, and just feed it to them. By then, Stars tried to make some adjustments, and it was just too late. And they were able to steal this one.
Marion's going to go to Douglas County. We're going to have to do some Douglas County games, put some Douglas County games on the schedule so I can get my B2K references off.
70-64. Game Elite passing it around. Shot clock is turned off. Bridget dancing down the floor. He gets it back. 7 seconds left. A foul called. Bridget will shoot 2.
I'm still mad you took my touch reference.
I was thinking of something.
I was waiting on that one.
7 seconds left, 6-point game. Pritchett going now for the double bonus.
Free throw falls. For Game Elite, they're up 7, and they are 7 seconds away from winning the Battle of Georgia at the 16U level.
And how many does Pritchett have? 6? If he hits this 7?
Yep, 6, 7.
Hunter with the ball. Crosses over, lofts up a 3. It's no good. The horn sounds, and Game Elite have defeated the Georgia Stars. They win the Battle for Georgia 16U here on the main court at Lake Point in Cartersville, Georgia. Your final thoughts on the game, guys?
Oh, yeah, just that last question rounding up where Pritchett had. I've been screaming Brock Bidwell. I think Brock really had the energy going. He's the one that kind of set the tone. But I think Pritchett might have been the underrated, the super under the radar X factor, finishing with 7 points, but it was a very effective 7 points. I take a look at the scoreboard. They end up winning by 8. So his 7 points, that I put it in there. That you take away his 7 points, they're a 1-point win. But I think Pritchett came up big in the end, followed by Hudson and Armbruster, and they just were able to seal it late.
You know what? All that you said was very true and very well spoken. But this game was all about Jaheim Hudson. Jaheim Hudson, he put his basketball first. He didn't put this woman first. He put his basketball first. Jaheim Hudson.
Yeah, great game by Jaheim Hudson today.
I get nothing. That's it. You guys are fired.
Well, thank you all for tuning in to the SUV TV. We've got the 17U championships coming up. Stay tuned.